Blast 23. Number 1. A chimp has 9 bananas. He eats 6. How many remain uneaten? A chimp has 9 bananas and he eats 6. How many remain uneaten? Number 2. There are 90 ants marching in a line. 60 break away from the line and go over to where the family is having a picnic. How many are still in the line? There are 90 ants marching in a line. 60 break away from the line and go over to where the family is having a picnic. How many are still in the line? Number 3. Nadia has 900 stamps. She sells 600 to a stamp dealer. How many does she have left? Nadia has 900 stamps. She sells 600 to a stamp dealer. How many does she have left? Okay. Questions 4 and 5 are about things used in measuring. Choose from the names on the sheet to write your answer. Okay, so you're going to choose from these words when I ask your question. So we have measuring cup, thermometer, tape measure, and ruler. So number 4, which would you use to measure a volume of liquid? Which would you use to measure a volume of liquid? Number 5, which would you use to measure a person's waist? Which would you use to measure a person's waist? Look at the letters on your sheet over here. Axes of symmetry have been drawn on them. Draw axes of symmetry on the letters on the answer lines 6 to 9. Look at the letters on your sheet. Axes of symmetry have been drawn on them. Draw axes of symmetry on the letters on lines 6 to 9. So this means you're going to look right here. So number 6, you have C. You're going to write the axis of symmetry, or you're splitting it so when it reflects across that line, it matches. Like over here, we have B, and the axis of symmetry goes through the middle, because when the top folds down on the bottom, they will be the same. And that goes for the O also, because when you fold the right side over on the left, it gets the same shape. So you're going to draw your axis of symmetry for C, D, H, and M for questions 6 through 9. Okay, the next 5 questions relate to the picture of group of marbles on your sheet. You may want to trace very lightly on your sheet with a pencil or your finger to do the groupings that follow. Do them in your mind if you can. The next 5 questions relate to the picture of group of marbles on your sheet. You may want to trace lightly on your sheet with a pencil or your finger to do the groupings that follow. So they give you these marbles, and when I ask a question, if they say like a group of 3, you're going to think there's one group of 3. So let's go through those questions. Number 10. If the marbles were put into bags with 5 marbles in each, how many bags would be needed? So you're going to find 5 marbles and group them together. So you're going to find how many bags would be needed with 5 marbles in each. Number 11. When you do this example, you will have a remainder. That means a leftover marble. If the marbles were put into bags with 3 marbles in each, how many bags would be needed? When you do this example, you'll have a remainder. If the marbles were put into bags with 3 marbles in each, how many bags would be needed? Number 12. How many marbles would be left over? So question 11, you're finding how many bags for the 3. You're not going to put the remainder marble in a bag. You're only going to count the bags with 3 marbles in each. And then for number 12, you're going to write the remainder in right here. How many marbles are left over? 13. When you do this example, you will have a remainder. If the marbles are put into bags with 4 marbles in each, how many bags would be needed? You're doing the same thing, except for you want 4 marbles in each bag. So if the marbles were put into bags with 4 marbles in each, how many bags would be needed? How many marbles would be left over? 14 is how many marbles would be left over, or your remainder. For questions 15 through 17, choose the temperatures on your answer sheet. So you can choose one of these temperatures for your answer.